Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is somebody who makes occasional appearances here, but has been a longtime friend, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. The Queen Before You Reacts actually sent in a raid here the other day, and I really appreciated that. This creator brings a lot of random content, but usually conversation featuring the creator herself. She's got a few videos here. She's got some shorts on the channel as well. These have started to move now into 16 and 17,000 views. And then live streams on the channel happen pretty frequently. As you can see lately, they've been going live several times a week. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Queen Before You Reacts. And this creator's working now on 2,300 subscribers. And they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get over there. So thank you everybody for coming in. I feature a different channel every single day, and that is based on generosity that I've seen either here in the Superchat streams or out in the YouTube streets. I'm just filling up the wheel with some names here. We always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Michael's Adventures sent over a raid from his premiere. Thank you for that. He's been doing that frequently lately. And Scratch and PPA will send his regards. He's in Italy right now visiting with family, and he did that a couple years ago and brought us some new content. So I know everybody will be anxious for his return, and he's been dropping videos every Tuesday. Usually premieres, most of us know that, but you know, all of our moderators here, Katie, we're just talking about something, but in Instagram there, I will send you a message and then see if we can get an idea for your badges as well, membership badges we were talking about, and we'll figure out what's the best way to get those sent over there. I didn't make them. I'm not a great graphic artist. I am a proficient graphic designer, but I usually just end up ripping off most of the emojis like you see from all the Facebook and Twitter and everything else in our membership badges, our emojis here. Mr. Fulton Mraz is a friend of over 6 years. He's always got some interesting news for us. And then he's got a special interview. I've been on his channel as well. And then Timmy the Racing Channel, good to see you here. Donnelly Montgomery, good to have you in the house. I think nobody really CS is here for the first time, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. So we'll look at Greenland Quilter Katie right now. I just spun the wheel, and that's what we do during the course of our 3-hour streams here. Like I said, members always are added to the wheel along with moderators as soon as we see them in the chat, like Elisa's Adventures in Cruising. She's going to be added right now. Oh, did I think you were on a cruise right this second? I could be mistaken. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising. I'm not sure how many cruises she's been on. If we're buffering, then please just refresh your phone or your browser or something. Our internet should be good, but maybe there was a hiccup there. Fairbrick Studios in the house. Cruising Complete is here. Jevin Richardson is a longtime friend. Rushing When Mountain's been with us pretty much from the beginning. And what I'm talking about is about 5 years of friendship now, or pretty close to it. And then Super Rainbow Queen is also here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. I know Leonica is also here. I think I just said hello to Fairbrick Studio. Travel with Josie Ann has been here for a few minutes, and Super Rainbow Queen. And there's our friend from Australia, Neon the Knights KO, Ghostly Winds. They've been a friend since the beginning of Superchat as well. Literally, we're talking about 5 years now. We started Superchat at the end of April 5 years ago, so it's already well into our 6th year now. And then nobody really CS. We don't do a lot of moderators here. So I understand lots of people are moderators on lots of channels, and lots of channels make lots of other creators moderators. Here we really don't, for a couple of different reasons. We've got a core group of about 20 over the last 5 years. 10 of them are here occasionally, 10 of them are here frequently, a couple are here every day. And I always keep it in mind when people are offering, just in case we do have any kind of trouble that we need help with or something. But we're pretty lucky so far. And I'll just keep that in mind. I noticed when you came in, you mentioned the idea you moderate for a lot of channels. I can't remember whose chat we were in the other day. We were in yesterday or the day before, I believe, a chat where we had, I believe, first met, and forgive me if I'm wrong about that too. But I appreciate you coming in here. And then Neon, the Night's KO Ghostly Wins always has interesting things to say about the Wheel of Doom, as we like to call it. And then 19 months of membership. Night's KO has been with us from the beginning. That's the thing about memberships and things like that. Those things come and go, but I hope that everybody is always truly appreciative of every different way that people support our channels, because there's a lot of free things people can do, things like membership, super chats, and all that stuff. I try not to solicit that kind of thing here. It's absolutely unnecessary. Appreciated when it happens, but there's a lot of things we can do to support each other. We all know every minute matters when we're talking about watching. We got some friends that run the stream in the background. I always appreciate that. Sometimes Two Pineapples is listening in while they're working. Jaden is there in the background frequently, and we've got a few other friends that are either working or driving or doing other things, but I always appreciate that. The thumbs up really help. We all know that. And then every other interaction, whether it's commenting in the chat once in a while or comments on the live stream replays afterwards and things like that as well. Blessed to Crochet is here. They're actually going to be on another channel tonight. I think they're going to be on with Are You Locked in a couple of hours. I'm not sure if Jason is going live tonight. We keep crashing into Thursdays. We're supposed to be going every 3 days, and I had to move one a week ago or whenever it was. But when we have moved things around, it throws off our schedule. Otherwise, we're usually here every 3 days. We mix up the days and times. And then Greenland Quilter Katie is up on the screen right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, Jason canceled it for today, Canadian Family Life. Yeah, hopefully he's doing okay. He's only a couple hours away from me, another fellow Canadian. We've met up at least a couple of times. Hopefully again very soon before the summer is out. Either I'll head to his area or he'll come to Niagara Falls, Canada. He's been here before. He's actually got at least one video on his channel from visiting Niagara Falls during the Winter Festival of Lights, which is a really spectacular thing to see as well. When we look at Greenland Quilter Katie, we see a creator that came into the Tuber Chat family with an interesting series of videos, and I was enjoying the beautiful views around Greenland, which continued today. They bring a lot of shorts on their channel. We'll look at those soon, and they give a different variety of looks around Greenland. But look at these water-based views where they've got mountains, glaciers, icebergs, and other things. They've also got a podcast on their channel, and a conversation can go anywhere once these conversations get started. Over the Christmas season many months ago, they were doing some shopping videos, which was a little bit different for this channel, but a refreshing change. And then they've got that podcast continuing, lots of live streams, and usually with a StreamYard panel full of guests as well. So they got a few different things going on along with the quilting we would expect, and they've got a live stream coming up tomorrow, as a matter of fact. And we always set notifications for everything we see even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. And what I'm talking about, of course, is live streams and premieres and things like that. And Philbick, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Fresh radishes. I don't know if I've ever had a fresh radish in my life that was, freshly picked like moments ago. My parents had a garden when I was a kid, but I only remember a few of the things that were in it. Demoose and Outdoor Adventures, good to see you in the house. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Let's spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Blessing Through Connection is another channel from this creator. We'll look at that channel in a second. I see Henry Leslie Vermont coming in, and thank you for the share, by the way. We know that all these different things that we talk about, subscribing, putting the bell on, giving the thumbs up, watching, and all that different stuff really helps, but sharing is one of the biggest things we can do for each other, because you're basically vouching for somebody. And I can tell you right now that sharing on the community tab for other people is the #1 thing that I've been thanked for as the host of Superchat on YouTube over the years. So, because they have so much impact. When you look at a community post, especially if it's for a video, they're doing a few different things here, but if it's for a video, you notice how these work. Rarely does somebody stop on the post to look at it. They just click right through to the content. That's where the magic comes in. It's different from a lot of other social networks where we might see a post about something, like in a Facebook group. Click that post and then maybe click on to the content. Community posts here in YouTube work very different, and they are incredible in my opinion. So Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen right now, and this creator talks about the idea of connection even more so than the crochet we're going to expect. When we look at their channel, they're doing really well, getting into 1,900 subscribers soon, and then they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got a little bit of variety on the channel. I'm going to take their latest video and put that into a special catch-up playlist that I use. That was actually named by Neon the Night's KO Ghostly Winds many years ago, and we keep that name now. It's just a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. You'll notice a lot of spiritual inspiration in the latest series of videos from this channel. Blessed to Crochet, of course, has got some shorts videos going on with 9,000 and 10,000 views on a couple of these. Always smiling, always having a good time. And then live streams on the channel as well. And Blessed to Crochet goes live fairly frequently, as you can see, almost daily at times. And then they've got one, they were just on, and this is, I believe, a promo for a live stream where they're going to be on Are You Locked In, which is another friend, Chip, that's been coming around for many months now with The Source. And these two are sending all kinds of friends over here, and I appreciate it for sure. Most of us have heard for them. And then Blessed to Crochet has a second channel called Blessing Through Connection. And this is where creators can connect. A lot of people call these silent live streams, even though they're not actually silent. There's usually pleasing audio, pleasing visual, and then people can trickle in and out, and they've been doing this for a while. So we'll set the notification for the next one that they've got tomorrow. I think they're doing those daily, and then they've got shorts on the channel, which is a bit of a shout out for some of the creators who have been supporting. And this channel's working on 300 subscribers now, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then Sherry Yurton, My Quilting World, is in the house also, and thank you Greenland Quilter Katie for a super chat so that we will look at that channel. Greenland Quilter Katie has done that a gazillion times. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Oki's Eden, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming back in. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Lucy Warren's World is here. Good to see you, of course. And then Lucy Warren's World is somebody I run into. I think I just ran into them not too long ago, today, supporting somebody. I run into them almost daily. Cruz Bolero is in the house as well. Let's get them onto the wheel. And then Sherry Yurton, my Quilting World, is here with over 600 subscribers now, and they're posting fairly frequently. They got a brand new video from just the other day. I'm going to put this into that catch-up list that I talk about all the time. That'll give me a chance to somewhat get caught up with the channel, and then we know that this creator is going to bring us some more quilting and some more friendship. I was just on one of their live streams, I thought yesterday or the day before, yeah, 2 days ago, and they've got either a multicam setup or friends that come up on panel with them. They've got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into a couple thousand views, one at over 3,200. And you'll notice that when I put the popular tab on for the shorts, I know I'm here in a browser, lots of people are on a phone, but when we do it this way, these numbers are somewhat out of order, and you wonder, how is that possible? It's because a couple of these shorts videos are still getting views right now, and they haven't settled in the algorithm. So that's really, really cool. And then live streams happen on this channel, like I said, and I was lucky enough to catch her a couple days ago, and it seems that these live streams, are they happening weekly? I think it's either weekly or a little bit more often than weekly. But we've always got notification bells on for every single channel. Vintage Style by Joe, I just watched one of her videos an hour ago, 2 hours ago. Living Large with L Crew is a vlogger in the truest sense of the words. And then Sister Winnie is always going to bring us spiritual inspiration. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, there's Rob. He's another fellow Canadian I expect at some point to meet up with. And he's doing a lot of food reviews in between his travel content lately. And there you go, Sherry Yurton, my Quilting World, is going weekly live streams. So it's tough to get a handle sometimes on everybody's schedules, right? Because we catch each other randomly or by notifications and this and that. But after looking at a page like that, you start to get the idea, oh, this is 7 days ago, and the week before that, 3 of them last month. Like, so you start to understand. But that gives us lots of opportunity. And Sherry Yurton, my Quilting World, I believe, is up on panels with other people as well. So lots of opportunity to connect with this creator. I've got their latest video ready to go. Let's spin the wheel and see who's coming up right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Sister Winnie must have been with us for like 4 years, I think. I can make mistakes, and I've done it many times before. Sometimes the friendships between us get, so involved that it feels longer than it's actually been, and I've had that happen a couple of times. But Sister Winnie has literally been with us for years. Rushingwood Mountain, Ruby has been with us pretty much from the beginning. Henry Leslie, Vermont, I'm trying to remember if it's longer. I think it's longer than 2 years. Could be as much as 3 years, and forgive me if it's even longer than that. And then Cruising on the High Seas and Travel came in a couple years ago as well. We've got this influx of travel channels like Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, and then Foodies Vacations came in, I think, within the last year. Lisa's Adventures and Cruising came in a couple years ago as well. And not that it matters. The reason why I mention these things so often is just to give everybody the idea, like, so you truly understand, there are people here, even today, willing to support you years into the future if we could all just meet each other, right? All these generous creators. So that's what we're doing here. But a couple of years ago, you understand, of course, that after 2019 or beginning thereabouts, we weren't able to have any travel content at all. It pretty much disappeared off of YouTube for a couple of years. And then all of a sudden, when things started to open up, we had this influx, for which I'm grateful, of travel content, which has always been a huge category and genre on YouTube, and then these cruising and travel channels as well. So I'm grateful because we're seeing more and more and more. And as these cruise ships get larger and larger and larger, there's even more content for everybody to go through. I just watched Foodie's Vacations, kind of a vlog. I wanted to call it a ship tour, but I think it's basically a vlog of their latest. I'm not sure. Maybe they're on a cruise right now. And that was embarkation day. So forgive me if I'm wrong, because I can't keep track of who's actually on a cruise right now or who's posting content after they get back and things like that. Jesse Journals and Unboxes is another friend who's been with us for about 5 years as well. When we look at cruising on the high seas and travel, Rob is bringing us a lot of food reviews lately from takeout food places or other restaurants. I recognize all of these because I only live a couple hours away from him, so we have all the same franchises and chains and things like that. But otherwise, he'll bring us travel and cruising content as well. Rob does a great job of getting involved with other creators in StreamYard panels as well. So you probably recognize him because it's almost impossible to have not seen him on somebody's StreamYard panel. And then we see Rob's very enthusiastic in some of these shorts videos. 1,800, 2,400 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. You see he's got them all planned out in advance, tons of them here. We were actually on a panel together just a month ago when about 10 of us got together, hosted by Cruising on the High Seas and Travel, or pardon me, Cruising is Fun Anytime, and Scotty J Travel. So that was really, really cool. Oh, there you go. Yes, Foodie's Vacations. That was a series. So forgive me. I had just put that in my catch-up list, and I was literally, I don't know why it took me 3 days, but I just went through that after work today before Tuber Chat. Nisa Faraway, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I mentioned putting Jessie Journals and Unboxes on the wheel. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator. And then Rock Chick Beauty from the UK is coming in and slipping in a super chat. She's done that 100 times before, or probably more than that, probably much more, to be honest with you. So absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. That's Orianne. And we'll look at her channel as soon as we get back from a break. So what we'll do is we'll go for 3.5 minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play a clip for you from our video series now. These are interviews. They turn into friendly conversations. All of the creators that are featured are longtime friends. They've been with us for at least a few years. And all of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts. So that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together. So we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and you know, when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were like pushed to the back. Yeah. But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check our analytics out regularly. It does help.
Yeah.
And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel. Because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well.
Yeah.
Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even like scrolling up and down and like how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, like, you know, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not like go with YouTube's policies. Like we have a lot of fun with like pranking each other and stuff like that. Like what we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or like pranks wise, that like skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do like say like a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that like shorts really help us have like, you know, them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're like, I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, hopefully everybody's enjoying those clips. Let's go for 3.5 minutes and we'll come right back with Rock Chick Beauty. All right, we're just about back, and Mickey's Adventures, thank you for coming in. I'm going to get them on the wheel with Rocky Top Scratcher and Relax with Mel. Butler Family Farm is here. Oh, nice to see they got their check mark, too, for their 100,000 subscribers. Jerry let us know he's been promoting the channel with the YouTube promotion system, but we saw that channel skyrocket to 100,000 in just a few months, which is great. But still coming back to support everybody. So that's everybody's BFF. I noticed that Timmy the Racing Channel's talking about Canadian Family Life's next video. I just watched her lasagna video. I used to think lasagna is like my favorite food in the world, except that I've had like 10 times more pizza than I've had lasagna. So I must be wrong. But I watched Tiffany's version, and she uses a couple of things that I found surprising when it came to her lasagna. So I'll let everybody have a look at that. Rock Chick Beauty comes to us from the UK. This is Orianne. She's been with us from the beginning, about 5 years as well. And she just dropped a super chat before we went on that break there. She's done that a gazillion times before. Whatever comes after gazillion is like how many times she's done that kind of thing. It's absolutely unnecessary, always. But she has done it an abundant number of times. And therefore, you see, is an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She always has been. And the interesting thing about this particular channel and what Orianne has done is after the first 6 months or so, she reset and restarted her whole channel, all of her content, and she gives a professional look to all of her thumbnails. You see that, and this goes on right from the beginning. The bright, bold headshots will make her recognizable, and you notice that she gives every video a different kind of thumbnail, a different look. I noticed she's got a brand new video too, so I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about, and I use those to keep up with people. Playlists can be a great tool for a lot of different things. And then shorts she has on this channel as well, and Rock Chick Beauty has now gotten into 3,300, 4,000, 12,000 on one of them, which is great. She does live streams occasionally. She's on every couple of months, but she's so supportive to others that she will always have an interesting conversation and a vibrant community in her chat, if that makes sense, anytime she does go live. Rock Chick Beauty talks all things alternative. She started with product reviews, get ready with me type makeup and beauty videos, and got into more product reviews, unboxings, and now even sponsored videos. So this monetized creator has lots of ways to support her when we get over there, including super chats and memberships, of course. And then she's working on 1,500 subscribers now, so I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then Crystal Dragon House of Creations Rita is coming up, and Greenland Quilter, oh, pardon me, sorry, am I making a mistake here? I might be making a mistake. We looked at Greenland Quilter Katie earlier. Yeah, Crystal Dragon House of Creations Rita is coming up right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Z from Z's Gaming and Home Theater channel has a couple of channels as well. He's known as Z Show Cruise Fun, and hopefully everybody will connect with him as well. He's a longtime friend now. And then Crystal Dragon House of Creations Rita is a creator who's going to talk to us about quilting and patterns, but things that might not be traditional all of the time. Always vibrant, always colorful, as you can see. And she's got a brand new video as well, just from a few days ago. So I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. This will give me a chance to stay caught up with this creator. She's going to teach us about different types of patterns, beyond even squares and triangles and things that people like me who haven't quilted ever wouldn't quite understand without learning from creators like this. But I've said a million times, because we got a lot of friends with either quilting channels or or friends that do a lot of quilting within their channels, all you have to do is look at a quilt to know how much work goes into that. I just watched another video, I think from Vintage Style by Joe a couple hours ago. She's doing something with, I think, 36 squares this time, if I'm not getting that mixed up, so forgive me if I'm wrong. And then Crystal Dragon, House of Creations Rita, has got 500 views on one of these shorts on the way to 600, but another at 800 on the way towards 900, which is great to see, with a bit of variety there, and some live streams. She's tested these out a few months ago. We'll see if she's going to continue those. And Crystal Dragon House of Creations Rita is at 166 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 200 we know she must be thinking about. I'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. What was I thinking? 36 squares. My dear goodness, Vintage Style by Joe. That's what it was. Yes, the fall curtains. And 240 squares. But after I do my first one, I'll understand how much work that really is going to be, but it sounds overwhelming. And then when we look at the chat, 99 Midnight Gamer, good to have you in the house. And then Joanna, I was laughing at that. I was like, she keeps doing things that are overwhelming to somebody like me. Like I said, I haven't done it. I haven't done any before. I mean, who knows? One of these days, when I find myself with a lot of free time, maybe I'll try doing some of the things that I've learned from our friends. But I'm always fascinated to see things that I can't or don't do, right? I'm creative in my own ways, and technically, you know, I could do anything with a computer and this and that. But when it comes to some of the craftier type ideas or things that people are making with their hands visually, I really enjoy all the different, I like learning how things are made, or learning how things are done. And I think YouTube is a great place for that. Bone Tired Travelers, good to see you in the house. Marketplace Boutique is here. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. When we look at Relax with Mel, we see a creator living their best life over 50 is how this channel started, and they've kind of gone through a bit of a change. Now they're bringing us music, mindful flow, crafts, and a little bit more. We'll get information on their About section. This creator, I think, is on every day, if I'm not mistaken, doing some of those live streams like I described earlier, where we've got pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, people trickle in and out of these. And then videos. I see they've got a new Temu haul. I still don't know for the life of me whether we pronounce it Temu or Temu. I think it's mixed up all over the place here. But I'll be looking forward to seeing what you've got here. Lots of diamond painting as well. That's something that I think we've always had in the Tuber Chat family. A few people have done some diamond painting. We've even seen a couple of diamond painting channels. But that's something else that I feel like has increased over the years. And then 500 squares. I must have missed that detail. Vintage Style by Joe. 500 squares for a Christmas quilt. See, they don't always have to be as large. Like when I think of a quilt, I envision in my head one specific thing with, like, I don't know, 12 or 20 squares or something like that. But I must be way off with all the different styles people can make. And when you guys get into the triangles and things, I can't even imagine some of the work that goes into some of these. I wonder how many of our friends that make quilts are selling them. I'm always curious to know, because I can't remember for the life of me who was doing a collaboration, and they had a bunch of people sending squares to them so that they could make a quilt. And I think they said it was going to take a year or something like that. And then, 500 triangles, my dear goodness. And then, hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody. Relax with Mel, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And like I mentioned about a lot of our moderators here, there are a lot of people here in the Tuber Chat family, perhaps everyone or pretty close to it, that will allow everybody else to meet in their chats the same way we do here in Superchat, are pretty similar. So lots of opportunity to meet more friends, but Relax with Mel has these live streams for that purpose. So you'll definitely meet more friends when you're over there. And then there you go. You sell them at winter vendor shows. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. I'm happy to see that people are, first of all, using their powers for good, but then secondly, turning true passion into businesses, or dare we say side hustles and things like that. But it makes me happy because so many more people are trying to figure out how to do that, like how to either make money or start a side business, or all these different things they might think about. And so many people wonder how it can be done if they're not, let's say, born with the entrepreneurial spirit. But because we have so many friends doing these kinds of things, it means there's that many more people for them to reach out to and say, hey, it's really cool. I see what you're doing. I'd like to do that in my city or my area or with my family or my friends. And most of the people we find here in the Super Chat family will always be willing to share ideas and things like that as well. So Neon the Knights, Neon the Knights KO, Ghostly Wins. This is a friend who has been with us for 5 years now, literally almost since the very beginning. And this is somebody, I'm very lucky as the host of Tuber Chat. I get to build friendships with people. We all do. But I have built friendships with a lot of YouTube channel owners behind the scenes. And what I mean by that is, like, whether we talk on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, I've met up with a few people and this and that. But I get to hear about a lot of the things that we don't talk about all the time. Simple little details, sometimes important things, sometimes very negative, sometimes very positive. And Neon the Knights KO is somebody who goes over and above when it comes to the Tuber Chat family, first of all, and their own audience, their own community, but the YouTube journey at large. But they go over and above when it comes to caring about others and looking out for their fellow creators. Let's just say, I promise you, more than I could describe, this creator cares that much. So I hope everybody will connect with them. I always have a great time on their channel. What they're bringing to us more than anything else is retro gameplay. And even though somebody like myself actually grew up with Nintendo and Sega and, eventually the other systems afterwards, this creator is able to introduce me to games I hadn't already heard of after even all these years. They have a great time when they're live streaming. I was lucky to catch them again the other day. You can just hear the also passion. We all use that word, but excitement and enthusiasm in this creator while they're playing, and they do a great job of keeping up with the chat while they're doing it as well. They've experimented with shorts over the years. I see they're using the Suno music system, and they keep these going right now. A couple of them have gotten now into hundreds of views, approaching 1,000, one over 1,600, which is great to see. And hopefully everybody will connect with this generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. When I talk about that catch-up playlist that I put videos into, this is the creator that named that playlist for me so many years ago, and we keep that name now. So, Okie Zeden, when we talk about the idea of swapping playlists, it's actually a simple arrangement that anybody can make, where we're agreeing to run an entire playlist of somebody else's videos and they're agreeing to run an entire playlist of ours. So you can imagine how the watch hours really start to stack up. But there's a lot of other benefit, even for monetized channels. When you trade favors with somebody in any kind of a collaboration, if we want to call it that, you are building a friendship, on some level. And you will find yourself being favored by people who you have done favors for, and you'll also be favoring you. You'll also be favoring them, if that makes sense, most of the time. So this is where your watch hours start to grow exponentially. So I don't interfere. I don't, get involved. I just promote it because it's a great idea for everyone, and that's one of the reasons why we see channels getting monetized faster than ever. We've been doing this for many years now. Okies Eden had a Radio Shack TRS-80. My goodness. See, that's something that I didn't have. I was very, very, very lucky. My parents bought a computer. They just bought this computer from a friend. It was called an Interac, which is very different from any other kind of computer I'd ever seen before. But they knew that I had great interest in this when I was like 10 years old. Or whatever. So that'd be like in the early 80s before the Mac had even come out. And then later on, my mom needed a computer for some basic work and got us a Apple. I remember I couldn't believe it. Our parents, they got the whole thing, and I was really shocked. But they got, like between Apple used to make its own monitors or sell them, and their own laser printers and everything else, and we had the whole get up. And it didn't take very long before that ended up in my own room. But I was very lucky to have a computer around most of the time. And then Lisa's Adventures in Cruising is coming up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Oh my goodness. Cruise to Greece. Elisa's Adventures in Cruising is... my goodness, traveling many different places. This creator gets involved in the cruising community greatly as well. You recognize on their thumbnails a lot of other familiar faces. Sea Leg Journeys and Controversial Cruising, of course. That's just in the videos, let alone the live streams we're likely going to see. So I'm very lucky. I catch Elisa's Adventures in Cruising frequently live streaming, usually at least a couple of times a month. This creator's got a brand new video coming out a couple of days from now, so we'll be looking forward to that. I've got the notification on for that, even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. So this creator is almost exclusively going to bring us cruising. And a lot of cruise talk, as a matter of fact, as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,800 views on a couple of them, which is great to see. And it looks like a little bit more variety in those shorts videos, and then a lot of live streaming. So Elisa's Adventures in Cruising, I think she's on every Monday. Yeah, Monday Mood Check is the live stream. So I caught her a couple weeks ago. I thought it was last week, but it was a couple weeks ago, and then hopefully I'll catch you again. But she's on panels with other creators all the time as well. And if she's not actually cruising, she still brings us the Monday Mood Check to talk cruising from home. That's a really cool backdrop that she's got too. She's had that for a very long time. So hopefully everybody will connect with Elisa's Adventures in Cruising. She's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as I can remember. So it's got to be at least a couple years. I think it's closer to 3. And we're working on this channel towards 1,400 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. And she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Savannah Mills, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I know a lot of people will likely be looking forward to that. Lisa's Adventures in Cruising. I have a couple of friends, and they recently went to Greece and couldn't stop talking about, like, differences between here and there and this and that. And I look at Canada and the United States pretty much the same. I've been lucky to be to the United States well over 100 times, maybe 200, something like that. But feels all the same to me. But I live in Canada, obviously. But the idea of going to somewhere overseas always is a great idea. And I think a lot of people will be looking forward to that footage as well. I am Betty J. Gathers is in the house. Pete is still away. So I didn't realize this. Somebody else caught it. I forget if it was Jesse from Jesse Journals and Unboxes. But they caught the fact that he mentioned August 26th the other day. I should have caught that. I feel like I knew that already when I saw it. But he will likely be back after this Tuesday. So I'm guessing on Tuesday he's going to drop a video. But I could be wrong. So he usually sets up his premieres on Saturday. So we should be watching around Saturday to see. But I hope everybody has popped by his channel to give him some love, maybe even weekly. Let him know that we miss him and can't wait for him to be back. Even though we hope he's enjoying his time away. Palazzo Place, good to see you here. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Oh, yeah, thank you, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. I'm not sure who must have said it then. I think I read a comment. When I was going to leave a comment on the last video, I noticed somebody else's comment that said something about the 26th. So maybe that was it. But again, I forget. I get confused between all the videos and creators and things like that. So just I hope everybody's patient with each other and me as much as everybody else. I'm sure I make as many mistakes as anybody, probably even more. But at least for those of you who I'm able to catch, I'm watching. So Cruz Bolero is up on the screen right now, and this is another creator who's going to bring us some more travel and possibly cruising content, of course. When we have a look at what they've got going on, we see, like I said, these cruise ships are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, larger and larger, obviously. I can't help but notice pizza on every channel that I see. And this creator is out there supporting others every single day as well. So they're here in our streams almost every stream. And I appreciate that, of course. I certainly don't expect it from anybody. I do like to recognize it from time to time. I do appreciate it. Any moment anybody can spend. But we also noticed that Cruz Bolero at 611 subscribers now has done a couple of live streams up to a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to continue those. And I know I say it a million times, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Striker, thank you so much for Marketplace Boutique. They have got 650,000 views. I hope everybody is celebrating their milestones in one way or another, because your audience will want to celebrate with you or for you. So Striker is another account that's set up with just a few videos here, obviously some shorts for us to see. I hope everybody will connect with them. Usually I don't subscribe during the live stream. I'm going to subscribe right now, but Striker's been somebody who's been around many times before. And then Marketplace Boutique I'm going to put up now because of that super chat. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuberchat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I just wanted to drop that handle in the chat as well. When somebody drops a super chat, as long as the robots are working, which they usually are, then a link is dropped, as you can see. So you can just click that and get to their channel right away. But if not, I've also got the handle there, just so everybody can find Striker if you want to and connect with them. And then we're going to look at Marketplace Boutique right now. So thank you for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. And I know Marketplace Boutique Jody will be happy to have had that on her behalf, so we get a chance to look at her channel. Just Jason Keto, nice avatar, by the way. Good to see you in the house. And he's a beloved and dedicated moderator, so I'm going to get him on the wheel right beside Canadian Family Life and I am Betty J Gathers, along with Jesse Journals and Unboxes. And when we look at what Marketplace Boutique is doing on her first channel, because she's got two now, she is going to help us more than anything else with the idea of buying and selling on platforms like eBay. She even takes us shopping. She tells us about the deals that go wrong. She shows us how to buy collections of things that we can split up and sell individually. And then talks about the mechanics of those platforms as well. And she's added a lot of variety. Marketplace Boutique has also been with us for well beyond a couple of years now. And she's really expanded and evolved her content over the years, including bringing a lot of variety into the shorts videos. And these have done extremely well. 27,000, 52,000. on one of these, 35,000 on another one, which is great to see. And then live streams. Marketplace Boutique has been live even up to a couple weeks ago. They did another one. They've got a second channel though, and they do even more here. And this is Jody Genealogy. And this is kind of a complimentary channel with different content though from what we've expected. History, travel, adventures, and more variety. So already at almost 1,200 subscribers, which is great to see. And then this creator is going to bring us history like they mentioned. I've caught a few of these videos already. We'll see what more they're going to do. They've got shorts over here, and like the original channel, it's a lot of variety. One of these has already gotten into 2,800 views though, which is great. And then live streams, and they might be doing some live streams here. It seems they alternate between the two channels, but Jody is incredibly supportive to others as well. I run into her constantly when I'm bouncing in between premieres and live streams on other channels. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. That's another friend of at least a couple of years. And then Matt and Mouse is somebody who's been with us for just under a year, I believe now. It could be a little bit less time than I think, but I believe we were introduced to them by Just Jason Keto. And forgive me, because they've probably clarified whether that's correct or not, but Just Jason Keto did a Homestead Hangout live stream a while back, and that was the first time I remember seeing Matt and Mouse before they started making frequent appearances here, and they're fellow Canadians as well. And then Backyard Trucker, good to see you in the house, Andy. And Crafty Witch 232 is also Andy in a different way. And then I'm going to spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. But Striker, thank you again for another super chat so we could look at Marketplace Boutique's channels early. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxes is coming up after we take another break here. So we'll go for 3.5 minutes again. And these are clips. I'm going to play one of these right now. Again, these are clips from our interview series. They're videos now in a playlist and listed as a podcast on the Superchat channel. Extremely informative, because I tried to ask these creators their opinion without adding a lot of my own. I can tell you that not all of them say the same things about a lot of the different subjects that we cover. And then not all of them say the same things that I might have said as well. So there's a lot of information, and that's what I wanted, is to really hear what they have to say. They've been friends of ours for years. They're going through all the same things that we are, but they have all passed their 10,000 subscribers. So Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also, if I'm talking about a specific thing like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What you put, you know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about, and they'll have to, you know, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro. if I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, you know, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, you know, hey guys, you know, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is what we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So thank you for clicking this video, because thank you. You have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, let's go for 3.5 minutes and come right back with Jesse Journals and Unboxes. All right, we're just about back and about to look at Jesse Journals and Unboxes. So I just noticed a conversation in the chat. Sometimes creators can get trolled. Most of us have been through it. If you haven't got a hater by the time you have 1,000 subscribers, it's pretty much coming by the time you have 2,000. It's all but guaranteed. And some of us have seen some really wicked, horrifying trolling that has gone on either with our own channels or other people and this and that. But what I can tell everybody is that the worst of the worst usually dissipates after about a couple of weeks. I know it can be difficult, but the best idea is to just ignore it. YouTube's given us a couple of tools that can help. So if you have friends that you trust, you can make them moderators on your channel. They will help delete comments and ban channels if they have to, and this and that. It's unfortunate when it does come up, but you'll notice that here in Tuber Chat, we're lucky, knock on wood, and I don't want to jinx it, but we really don't have too much trouble. One of the biggest reasons is because of the time limit that I put on the chat. If you've been here many times before, you might even forget already, but we have a 20-minute time limit. So when somebody comes in for the very first time, they can't even chat. It's impossible for at least 20 minutes after they hit the subscribe button. That has really helped. And then when we have had a situation where a known troll has come in after that time, I just put the time limit up to the next day and say, forget it, that's it, no more new people for today. And when your channel is strong and solid, you can go that far. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for everybody right off the bat, but you could put subscriber mode only on, and the time limit helps. The reason why is because most of us have seen trolling activity, and usually what happens is some of it is not malicious. Some of it is what I imagine to be underage viewers that are unsupervised, and so their behavior doesn't have any consequence. Let's just say that's the trouble with online. But otherwise, you can get some bad trolling and this and that, but they will go and just make another account and another account and another account, and it's not unreasonable to know that some of these people have 50 accounts and stuff, and it just doesn't stop. But when you have a time limit on your chat to say you can't come in for at least 20 minutes, they don't have the patience, because in every case, when it comes to trolls, they need attention. That's what it's about, it seems anyway. So they'll usually just head off to another channel. And we don't wish it on anybody else, but it's a fact of what we're doing online. Every platform has them. Reddit is notorious for it. Twitter's got tons of it. Every other network's got tons of that stuff as well. Anybody who's read more than 3 comments in a row on Facebook knows that it's there also. So yeah, I think that that's the case, Savannah Mills. A lot of the time it's not bad because people will be able to learn your name pretty easily, and then it feels personal, but it's really almost always not. And the worst of the worst, everybody's only got a certain amount of time in the day. So when a troll is really insistent that that's going to be their existence, eventually they find enough people who will engage with them that they forget about the ones who won't, because they don't have time anymore. They're busy fighting and making videos about each other and doing all the silly things that they do. And like I said, it can be horrifying. I promise you. I've had it myself, and it was brutal. But it helps me learn what's out there so we can all understand for each other. But YouTube's given us tools, and we didn't have those 8 years ago when I started, so I'm happy things have progressed. So Jessie Journals and Unboxes is somebody who's been a beloved and dedicated moderator. She's actually the newest member of our moderator squad, but she's been with us for about 5 years. And this creator has pulled a really interesting trick. Her support for all of us over all of this time has increased. And that is not an easy feat, because you can imagine we're following more and more other creators. It becomes harder and harder to support everybody as much as we all might like. But Jessie Journals and Unboxes has always been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Her addition into the moderator squad was long overdue, as was Just Jason Keto, as was I Am Betty J Gathers. But I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream today. I really don't add a lot of moderators. Most people know I take that stuff very seriously. And it's not just that. I don't want everybody to have to sit here and feel like they have to moderate, because we have enough moderators that are able to be here, for which I thank God every day, I promise you, that the chat rolls just fine and everybody seems to be okay. So, Jessie Journals and Unboxes, I just watched her video here. What she has been doing since the beginning is a lot of unboxing videos. So that continues today, but over the last year or so, she's been adding in a lot more of the videos that showcase the things that she makes with a lot of the things that come in the unboxing videos, especially when it comes to crafting supplies, whether it's journals, whether it's collages, whether it's a combination of the two, whether it's collaborations with other people. She's done plenty of that, but she has literally over the years unboxed just about everything that a person can. She's gotten into snacks, into jewelry, into bath and beauty products, stationery, all kinds of stuff. And she posts videos every week, as a minimum, one video a week, and those happen on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. She always premieres as well. She does a really thorough job, and this is a creator whose passion comes out when she talks about all of the things that she's either receiving or making. And then when we look at shorts on this channel, we see that this creator's featuring a lot of the things that came in the unboxing videos, like I mentioned. So there's stationery there, bath and beauty products here, jewelry over here, snacks. There's washi tape. Oh, am I saying it right? Yes. Washi tape, which I only just recently learned about. She's probably done it many more times than I just finally caught on a couple of weeks ago. But live streams on the channel as well. Jessie Journals and Unboxes has done these occasionally, but this is a creator who's so supportive to others that she can go live whenever she wants, and she'll have a flood of support in her chat. I run into her constantly supporting other people in premieres and live streams. She's now over 2,500 subscribers and has to be excited, so we'd love to push her towards the 2,600 that we're thinking about with this channel right now. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Let's spin the wheel and see who's coming up next. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. I forgot to mention it earlier, but I added Rushing Wind Mountain onto the wheel during that break there. And then Globies Travels, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at Rushing Wind Mountain, this is a creator that comes to us from the Pacific Northwest, and another creator who's been with us beyond 4 years, probably 5 years as well, I think it is. Rushing Wind Mountain is now growing rapidly, so they're working on 14K, which is great to see. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They come from the Pacific Northwest, and they've been known to bring us pleasing audio, pleasing audio and pleasing visuals, specifically when it comes to nature and wildlife. They give us more introduction on their About section. The idea is similar in style to what we call ASMR videos because they're so pleasing when we think about the audio especially. But this creator's videos can go anywhere from a minute to 12 hours long. They have got different things for us to see a lot of the time. Some of them are loops, some of them are more nature-based, some of them are more wildlife-based, and there's a few humorous moments on the channel as well when we dig through some of these shorts videos, especially when we go through the wildlife. And you see that some of these have done really well. 11,000 on a couple of them, 13,000, 16,000 on one, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. This creator has experimented with both vertical and horizontal live streams, or landscape and portrait, and these live streams can go anywhere from a short period to 12 hours long as well. So they do these occasionally now, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, of course. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. I mentioned another couple of fellow Canadians a little while ago. Matt and Mouse are up here right now. And this is a channel I was taken away with. It took me a moment because I'd already been through a video or two. But when I saw the tour of their cabin. I think it's this one here, A Year of Wildlife at their tiny off-grid tiny cabin. They really do a great job of showing us all the different things that they're building outside, and it's interesting the way that they've been able to make something that some might literally say is so small to be so cozy. I'm fascinated by this stuff. Most people who've been here in the Tuber Chat family for any amount of time know that I'm quite an indoor guy. I'm usually not doing a lot of outdoor stuff, although I have over a lifetime. But I am fascinated with tiny homes and cottages and cabins and, you know, things like that. So they're doing a really good job on this channel, and they do a great back and forth between them as well. So they've got a brand new video. I've used an excavator more than once, so I'll be interested to see what they're going to do with that here. This is a video that's interesting too. Can they sweep 4 adults in 149 square feet? That gives you an idea of the size of the cabin, but I think it's well done and perfect. So Matt and Mouse is closing in now, officially on the road to 2,000 subscribers, which is great to see. We always say you're officially on a road when you've hit a 100 milestone. So now that they've hit 1,900, that puts them officially on the road to 2,000, which is exciting for sure. Shorts on this chat. Pardon me. I don't know if my voice is going to make it today. Oh my goodness, pardon me. Yeah, just my voice. I'm not quite coughing, but pretty close to it. And then, pardon me, shorts on this channel have gotten now into 1,500, 1,600, 1,700 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they've done one 10 months ago. This is the one I keep talking about, where Just Chasing Keto hosted a group of homesteading channels. And what I like about when the idea of people collaborating in this specific way is that you know that these creators have to have been so supportive to at least Jason, not to mention probably each other, to be included in something like this. So you know that if you go and connect with all the creators that were featured in that live stream, you've got, you know, over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. And then, yeah, thank you, Michael's Adventures. We'll see. We'll see if I keep going here. Yeah, this is one of those things. I noticed a couple people talking in the chat about like feeling under the weather. I've been hearing a little bit about that lately. In my area of Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, we've had a blazing hot summer. The whole summer. There's been almost no break in it. All of a sudden, for the last 3 days, we're down to about 20 to 22 degrees Celsius, which makes it somewhere between 70 and 75 Fahrenheit. And that is down from the 100 and 90 and 80 that it's been, that we're not used to except for in the summer months. I find that when the weather changes, it sends people like myself who's allergic to everything just into complete disarray. So I don't know if that's it or what it is. One of the reasons why we take so many breaks during these Tuber Chat live streams is so that I personally can give my voice a rest. We used to have to cut it after 2.5 hours, and we were able to start extending them to 3 hours because we take those breaks every once in a while. Butler Family Farm is coming up. So why don't we do this? It's a little bit early, but we'll take another break right now. I'll grab a drink. Everybody could do the same thing. Right before we go for 3.5 minutes, we will watch another clip from that interview series. Hopefully everybody's enjoying these. And speaking of homesteading now, because Butler Family Farm's got a farming channel, Matt and Mouse kind of fits in that category in my opinion. And the next channel we're going to look at comes to us with a completely off-grid Airbnb and homestead in Alaska. So Curmudgeon, Alaska has passed their 10,000 subscribers as well. When we talk about your channel and what you bring on YouTube. You're very forthcoming, you and Sarah both, about the idea that you want to share your life with everybody, which you do. Now, from what we've known each other quite some time now, I think it's getting on a couple of years. Forgive me if it's not longer than that, Rob. But what I see is authenticity in your true willingness to share. My imagination tells me that the magic on your channel is that people who are thinking the way that you do find your content and it just clicks with them because they're like, yes, exactly. And that introduction video that you've got featured on the front page today is a perfect example. But I really want to know what you think, because I can have my impression looking through a screen at your content, but where do you think the magic comes in your channel?
We try to keep it as simple as possible. If you see some of our earlier videos, we had an intro, and we noticed we call it a hockey stick effect,
Okay.
where the videos go like this and they flatline.
Yes.
So we actually did away with any intros. I might talk for a couple seconds, but then it goes right into the video. And I think that's part of what's been helping, because I started right around the time that the channel really took off. And it seems to help a lot. Trying to add fluff, I don't want to do that. I want to see what's going on. You know, occasionally I might throw in a nice photo or a quick clip, but I don't focus. I want people to see exactly how we're doing it, how we're living, what we're doing, and how we're doing it. Because if I add fluff, you know, to me, it's kind of taking it away.
Yes.
You know, I want to see, you know, the authenticity of what we're doing here, and not try to either over dramatize it or over simplify it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing simple about being out here.
It doesn't seem like it, no.
And to dramatize it is just silly.
Yeah.
Because it's not real drama. I don't want nothing to do with it. You know, I want it to be real. I want it to be how Sarah and I are. And how you see us interact in our videos is how we interact together and off camera.
It seems that way. It really does. I think you both have used the word charisma. It's not quite the right word, but you know what I mean. And I think people can get your authenticity. When you talk about the idea of intros, that's a great tip. I know a lot of our friends won't like to hear it, but when you take the intros out of your videos or cut them very, very short, videos might do better. I've had the same success myself. Everything doubled, tripled, and quadrupled the second I took them off. All right, let's go for 3.5 minutes, and then we'll come right back. All right, I added another name onto the wheel, Timmy the Racing Channel, of course, who's here for just about every stream, is always enthusiastically engaging in conversation in the chat. And I always promise to add at least a couple of names from our chat list onto the wheel, so that one's a little bit early, but that's okay. Go with the Flow Farm is just dropping a gifted membership here, and Rocky Top Sports Talk has picked that up, so as long as they're still in the chat, I'll get them onto the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them. And Go with the Flow Farm, pardon me, will be the next channel that we look at, because we always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. Butler Family Farm is up on the screen. This is everybody's BFF. I want to just show you something for a second. So let's have a look at their latest video here. I'm going to put this in that catch-up list that I always talk about, so that I can keep caught up with them. Jerry and Susan post frequently, so it's kind of tough, but they bring us around 116 acres of farmland and into the shop and into their home, so there's a lot to see. They take us on the road with them as well. But what I'm going to do right now, let's click on this video for a second. I'm not going to watch it, but what I'm going to do is just click the share button, and you'll see that I have Reddit come up right away. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I was in the top 9% of people on the planet to have shared on Reddit, so I was happy for that accomplishment. I'm not sure where I fall now, but most of you know that I do this all the time. It's fast and easy to share like Twitter. So what I'm going to do is just click on the Reddit icon here, and then I can go into our subreddit. So in the world of Reddit, it basically works like a social network. If you imagine, all it is like Facebook groups, right? And you put links in there or images in there, or you can start conversations in there. It's almost the same type of thing. But Reddit has always been known for really harsh, horrifying trolling and everything else. What's very interesting is that if you set up a community, then what you can do is post videos like this. So I'm going to mark this as a video. There's a few different things you can click here. And that's all I have to do. You can add some text if you want, but you don't have to. You just click post and it's done. It's already there. When we look at the Tuber Chat subreddit, now you see all the links that people there. Living Large with L Crew shared her latest video. Blessed to Crochet put Are You Locked in there. You see I share links all the time. Michael's premiere before we started and things like that. So this is where anybody can share their videos. It has a double purpose. First of all, anybody that wants to be involved in this community, there's 540 of us in there now, will be able to see each other's videos, right? And people who use Reddit will be happy to watch videos from other people who use Reddit. However, when these videos, when any links that we're sharing go into Reddit, it's like a search engine. And what can happen, forgive me if there's any not suitable stuff here, because you never know what you're going to see on the front page. But when you click on the home page, there's basically, it's almost like a Twitter feed here where all this random stuff comes up. And it's not just from the Tuber Chat community. So there's tons of other things on here. People post about all kinds. There's memes, there's news stories, there are all kinds of stuff. And what can happen is if you post a video or a link to your video and somebody on Reddit is searching for that type of topic, first of all, it could be recommended to them by chance. Secondly, people might find it. So if Living Large with L Crew is doing a music festival vlog here, anybody who's on Reddit right now searching for music festival might find their post, which happens to be a video. They might check it out. And what I have heard, especially from gaming channels, is that a tiny amount of traffic can come in from Reddit. You're not going to have, like, if I'm in your premiere or live stream and I go and share on Reddit, you're not going to get 10 people come running in. That doesn't happen. But what you might find is 1 or 2 people might come in. Now, if that happens frequently, all of a sudden you're talking about 5 or 10 people eventually, and then 10 or 20 people eventually, and they're people who you might not have had because they're not in the Tuber Chat family. They don't typically hang out on YouTube as much as Reddit. But you get what I mean. So these are just ideas. So because we have our subreddit community, anybody can post their videos there and will likely not experience all the harsh trolling and nonsense that can go on, because our community is not meant for that. It's meant for you to post your videos. If you post your video on Reddit in a place where it is not as welcome as you might think it should be, you can get hammered right away. And I've had that happen. I did a hotel review and I put it in the community for our province, and people just slam me. No free advertising. Get this out of here. You don't know what you're doing. All right, well, whatever. You just got to take it for what it's worth. So any of these online services can be helpful, but we just have to be clear about what they are. But our safe space there, if you want to call it that, the Tuber Chat community, I haven't heard any bad nonsense from people yet about it. So it's great. And I didn't even realize there's well over 500 people in there now. So lots of people to find your videos. It's a good way, if you wanted to figure out what I'm watching all day. Because when I can be on YouTube, which is usually several hours a day, I'm sharing everybody's stuff on Reddit. If I've ever been in your Premiere live stream, you know that I've done it, right? But I'm doing that all the time. So somebody could look at the list and say like, oh, where is he right now? I know where Kevin is because he just shared Jesse's Premiere on Sunday, so he must be hanging out there. Or PK Adventure Travels live stream on Thursday night, which we're crashing into today. So that's just a couple of examples of things. But Rocky Top Sports Talk is still here. They just picked up that gifted membership. I'm going to put them on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and then go with the Flow Farm. Thank you again for that. We're going to look at them next. So I'm going to move on. Butler Family Farm, like I said, 116 acres. Jerry and Susan bring us cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, and bees. Maybe someday koi. Here's the fruits of their labors being harvested right now. There's all the honey that they've broken out of those from the bees that they've had on the farm for a few years now. And they are going to bring us all around their 116 acres. They've got a lot to look after. They make tools for themselves when they need to. They show us the equipment. They show us the livestock. Neighbors come by, and then they head out for a lot of meetups with other YouTube creators as well. Jerry does a lot of woodworking in the shop. They give us a chance to get to know them in their Monday night live streams, which we're not going to crash into this week. I'm making sure of that. We're on Sunday again. And a few hours after Jesse. Sam from Sam's Vlogs, Trains, and More has a special live stream this Sunday, by the way. So we'll keep an eye out for that, and I'll share it on the community tab when it comes up. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 10,000, 12,000 views. One at 53,000, which is great to see. And you notice in the chat, Butler Family Farm has their check mark now. And here it is on the channel. So they've got their 100,000 subscribers. And Jerry let us know many months ago, he's done lots of content about this as well, that he's been using the YouTube promotion system. So it's in the YouTube studio. It's basically a way of advertising your channel through videos. Legitimate way to grow rapidly. So we're glad to know we've got another check mark in the chat now. And then, oh yeah, Butler Family Farm. I put the stream on unlisted just to kind of slow it down. My voice is dying today. I don't even think I'm going to make it to 3 hours. So I'm going to try to hurry up a little bit here. But what that does is it slows down how many people come into the chat for the rest of the stream. And the price for that is like less super chats, but that's okay. So that's something to notice if you're going to make content that is unlisted and things. Some features don't work when we do that. So Butler Family Farm is heading out on that cruise, by the way. They're going to cruise in Alaska. They're going from Seattle to Alaska for a week. Rambling with the Brooms, Lazy Days Ahead are both there, and there will be other creators as well. So I'm looking forward to their content because Jerry and Susan will be streaming from there. I'm assuming many times. And then, yeah, no, Butler Family Farm, it won't work for the rest of today. It'll be back next stream, but this one's unlisted. You notice that I have in my window here, unlisted here. If you refresh right now, if anybody refreshes, you'll find that it becomes unlisted, and then that causes it to not have super chats. But it's okay. It's a small price to pay for it today. Go with the Flow Farm is coming up. Let's see what they got going. And Tim Mitchell, good to see you in the house. I've got you on the wheel.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Yeah, that's cool. Tim Mitchell might meet up with Jerry and Susan. I hope that's the case. I hope when anybody does anything exciting like that, I know we got a lot of friends who go on cruises frequently, but for anybody at all, and I'm talking specifically to Butler Family Farm right now, they don't need me to say it because they're going to film as much as they can stand, I'm sure. But I would recommend for everybody to film as much as you can stand, because that content is going to live for a long time. There are more and more people looking at cruising and vacations as time goes on. And I'm sure all of us have watched travel videos from 10 years ago just to see what it was like, or 20 years ago, or, whatever. I think YouTube's just beyond 20 years now, right? And, I would have liked to go Palazzo Place. I never said much about it. A couple people asked. I think Jerry asked. I think Scott asked. And I couldn't have known. I actually changed jobs, changed lifestyle, changed everything just in the last few months. But I won't be able to go anywhere for a week. I don't get vacation time for a year. When I do, I get 3 weeks to start, which is great to see, or great to know. And hopefully we'll start to be able to cross the border again and go somewhere, because I haven't been anywhere in a while. Kristen and I used to go to the United States, just to Niagara Falls on the American side for things like an anniversary. We went to the Casino Seneca Niagara one day and went to Olive Garden for dinner because we don't have that anymore. Apparently they're coming back, but I don't know if that's true. And then Go with the Flow Farm is up on the screen right now. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they're over 800 subscribers now, which is great to see. We'd love to push them towards the 900 we know they're thinking about. I'm just going to grab the latest video. It looks like something we can chill out to. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to get another piece of content watched. One of the things I like about putting channels on the screen here in Superchat is that over time I get to know the channels, and then over weeks and months by watching videos, hanging out in premieres and live streams, I get to know the content, and hopefully over time the stories get better while I'm promoting channels. Vintage Style by Joe, just please let me know if you're still here. And Timmy the Racing channel was added to the wheel a while ago. Go with the Flow Farm has got some shorts here that have done well. A lot of outdoor content, of course. 5,000, almost 6,000, and one over 10,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And we see that they've been doing these frequently, so we've got notification bells on for every single channel, and I'm hoping I'll catch you for another one of these. It's been a few weeks already. And thank you for the gifted membership today. I know Rocky Top Sports Talk will be happy to have had that, and I certainly appreciate it as well. So Vintage Style by Joe, I'm going to get your channel onto the wheel right this second. And thank you for that. And Timmy the Racing channel is coming up.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And that's okay. Vintage Style by Joe, Joanna. I'm happy to know that you're still in the chat. When we look at Timmy the Racing channel, we see a creator that's going to bring us a lot of speed. Of course, they have reset and restarted their channel, so they've got a lot of new content here now, but these are shorts. And then we see that these are starting to move already. 1,700, 1,800, 2,400 on one of these. Timmy the Racing channel is an incredibly enthusiastic creator who's here with, or here for just about every live stream. I know not everybody can be. I certainly don't expect it. I just like to recognize it from time to time. But Timmy the Racing Channel helps us get a lot of thumbs up, and I know they're enthusiastic about supporting other creators as well. So I hope everybody will connect with Timmy the Racing Channel, get this channel moving towards the 300 subscribers he's likely thinking about. We'll spin the wheel and get another channel ready to hit the screen.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
A Simple Family Lifestyle is here. This is another channel I'm still getting to know, but they mention on their banner that every day is a different experience. I think we'll all agree with that. Lifestyle content, recipes, food vlogs, motivational quotes, and more. And then they've got some positive and inspiring ideas to go along with that as well, including in their about section, so everybody can read that when we get there. They've got quite a few vlogs up to a couple of months ago, so I'll be looking forward to catching some more. I think what I'm going to do is take an older video. This one's from a few months ago, and I'm going to put that in my catch-up list for today just to get another piece of content watched here. Lots of delicious looking ideas in the thumbnails, though. And then shorts over here have gotten into 1,600 views, 2,500 views on another one, 1,900, 3,700 on another one, which is great to see. And we talked about that earlier. When they're all out of order, it's probably because they're still getting views and haven't settled with the algorithm yet. And then they've got live streams. So they just did one a couple days ago. They seem to be doing these pretty frequently, so I'll be expecting another one soon. And we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. We'd love to push them towards the 300 subscribers we know they're thinking about right now. Canadian Family Life is coming up in a moment.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And Globies Travels, thank you so much. Canadian Family Life comes to us from New Brunswick. This creator brings a lot of, it's a family channel, so they bring a lot of variety and a lot inside the home. They take us outdoors as well, but they bring us food bank grocery hauls, a lot of cooking and baking videos, and I'll talk about the latest video that I just watched literally a couple of hours ago here. But they do a lot of collaborating with other creators. Tiffany's been on, I don't know how many channels, dozens of other channels and live streams, but they've got some Happy Mail over here, shout outs for other creators. Challenges between husband and wife. And Chris has his own channel, her husband, Chris's Creation Fun, where he does do-it-yourself videos, 3D printing. He works on solar equipment, which I'm barely starting to really learn about. I have no need for it. I just want to know. But it's great to know we've got that as a resource as well. On Canadian Family Life, the whole family gets involved. The kids are in every video. And sometimes they do challenges. Like I said, they've got an impeccable container garden I talk about all the time. In the latest video that I watched, Tiffany, actually, she takes inspiration from other creators, pardon me, and then also, I believe, intends to inspire others. So I mentioned lasagna because lasagna is like my favorite food, right? So I would like to say that that's true, and it sounds ridiculous the way I'm putting it, but I've had so much more pizza in my life than I've had lasagna, and that tells me that pizza has to be it. But I do love lasagna. This is what I always want for my birthday. This is why Kristen and I would go to Olive Garden for an anniversary. And I'll tell you a story. It's true. I can't help but laugh every time I think of it. But this is the truth, right? So if you imagine, we're in Canada, we're in Niagara Falls, right? We've been together like 9 years living here, and it's going to be approaching 10 years soon. And We haven't had Olive Garden in as long as I can remember, but I remember the fact that they've got this dish called Tour of Italy. And if I'm not mistaken, it's got 3 different Italian dishes on one plate, right? So I forget if it's fettuccine alfredo, chicken parmesan, and lasagna, or something like that. So I recently found out when we went the last time that they've got another one called Northern Tour of Italy. So 3 more Italian dishes. It makes me want to just stay there all day. So what we did was we went over there, and it was an idea to go and spend, our anniversary. So it's not like we dressed to the nines. Kristen tends to dress well, especially when we go out. But, I put on a blazer and a shirt and this and that or whatever. And we get to the border, and the border agent asks us, they're like, well, what are you doing? We go, oh, we're just coming over for a few hours. We're going to go for dinner. They go, where are you going? The Olive Garden. And they said, you think you're a little overdressed for the Olive Garden, don't you think? And I couldn't help but laugh. I'm like, I don't know. We haven't been there in years. But it seemed okay to us. So now we hear that they might be coming back. Something might be happening there. And then Canadian Family Life, though, when I look at their channel right now and I look at the lasagna that they've made, I watched this earlier. So they used 2 ingredients for this lasagna, because it's a homemade Alfredo lasagna, that I would have found different. This is the kind of thing that's fascinating. I mean, lasagna recipes have been on YouTube probably for 20 years. There's probably 1,000 of them, if not 1,000,000, right? And still, it's fascinating to see different things that people are doing, especially after we've gotten to know each other a little bit. And then somebody will say, oh, I want to try what Tiffany tried in her lasagna, or somebody else might do something a little bit different. So it's kind of cool what they're doing here, but I found that fascinating because I make lasagna as well. I don't cook. I barely cook, but I can. And when I do, there's a couple things that I do not well. It's just that they're perfectly what they're supposed to be if it came out of a Betty Crocker or Martha Stewart cookbook or something like that, right? So lasagna is one of those things. But I was interested to see how she did that. So hopefully everybody will enjoy it as much as I did as well. There's shorts on this channel. The whole family gets involved in these, but they get into some outdoor content that's done well for them. 3,900, 5,600 views as well, and then live streams on the channel. And I mentioned that Tiffany has been featured on dozens of other channels. One of those is I Am Betty J Gathers, and they're both beloved and dedicated moderators here now. But it's great to know that creators are collaborating. It's a great way to grow your channel. You're almost guaranteed to get a handful of new subscribers, every time you're featured with somebody else. So Canadian Family Life, hopefully everybody will connect with. She's also monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And like I said, you can catch her husband's channel, Chris's Creation Fun, after you've gotten there too.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Yeah, Vintage Style by Joe. It makes sense what you say. It's like going to the grocery store when you're hungry. I don't know what it is. It's probably YouTube that does it. But almost every Saturday night, I get into this zone where I got to eat everything in the house. I can't stop. I eat everything. And that's after dinner, and Kristen does 99% of the cooking. And everything she makes tastes like it comes from a restaurant. Like, she understands the kitchen. She makes fantastic food, and I'm very lucky for that reason. But for the rest of the evening, I'm snacking on everything I can find, and I'd love to say some of it's healthy, a very small portion of it. I wish I'd do a little bit better. But this is where we can segue into a conversation about some of our friends who have channels that are bringing us healthy eating and healthy living, like keto-based diet or lifestyle, if that's what we're thinking of. And Just Jason Keto is always going to inspire us as soon as we get to the channel. First of all, he's changed up his banner and his avatar and his branding many times. And he's got tons of recipes on his channel. These feature only a few ingredients. All of them are simple and easy to make literally, usually only taking a few minutes as well. He's probably done 100 chaffle recipes alone. Many other things that are either snacks or things that could be added into meals. Sometimes he takes things that are already packaged and sold at a health food store or grocery store and then shows us how we can chop them up and get a little more life out of them. If that makes any sense. He does a lot of product reviews as well. Whether that is, different types of foods that we might pick up with the intent of adding it into our keto-based diet or lifestyle, or he might do product reviews of things like an air fryer or Dash Minis that he makes the chaffles with. Some of these videos have just exploded. He had one, here's one, 14,000 views. From a few months ago, and many of his videos now are reaping the benefits of that explosion in views. Just Jason Keto typically premieres on Saturdays, and he mixes those up once in a while with different times. I think he's pretty much set, if I'm not mistaken, on noon on Saturday. And then please correct me if I'm wrong. And then Thursday nights, he's usually live. So I'm expecting maybe next week he'll be live on Thursday. And after the summer, he'll expect to be back every week, which is great to know. Sometimes he does things a little bit different. Like if he takes a trip down here to Niagara Falls, he might go out. I got to hit him up for maybe another meetup soon. Especially Jason, if you're coming to Niagara Falls, or we'll just arrange to meet up because it's been a long while now. And then Just Jason Keto's got live streams, like I said, weekly. Sometimes he's got guests. There's Kendra from Consume the Goodness. He's got another few regular guests, but he's also, there's that Homestead Hangout live stream that I talked about earlier. He's going to introduce us to more friends while we're there, but he's always thinking about things he can do to spice things up for his audience, if we want to look at it that way. And no pun intended, of course, but he might do a cook-along live stream, like look at this multicam setup with the Instant Pot over there. He might do something a little bit different. And sometimes it's Jason himself, but he's always got a vibrant conversation going on in the chat, and his community will help with questions and comments when we have them while we're watching. JJ's Adventures, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Tim Mitchell, thank you for the gifted memberships. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And I think there's a couple people who haven't had a membership before, so that'll be interesting. Nisa Faraway was here earlier. It'll be interesting for them to know that they caught one of those gifted memberships about 20 minutes after they left. Me Two Times, Elevate Me to You, thank you for the gifted membership as well. We're going to look at these two channels next because we always look at Superchatters and membership gifters right away when those things happen. And then we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do. So Tim Mitchell's coming up next, but let's take another break here. Right before we do that, what I'll do is go for, I'll play a clip from that interview series again. And these are videos, like I keep saying, that are on the Tuber Chat channel now. There's 5 episodes already. I'm still editing the 6th one. And these are extremely informative because these creators have been friends of ours for years, all of them. They are all going through the things that we're going through right now. The only exception is that they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Okay, what I want to do is inform first and foremost. Anytime you make any type of video, you want to inform. You want to tell people a story. You want to show people a story. And when you show and you tell that story, you want to tell how that story affected you. And you want to tell your results.
Okay.
Because seeing is believing. And people want to see what I'm talking about, see what I'm doing. So that's what I'm going to do. And basically, I'm going to make it into a mini series on all of the products I have tried and how they have affected me. So
Wonderful. Yeah, that's going to be something else to look forward to, especially knowing that you're starting something new now with the experience that you've got. So this is a perfect opportunity for me then to bring you back to the beginning and say, what kind of change have you seen in yourself, in your channel, in your community and audience based on all the things you've done up to now?
When I first started, I was such a green thumb. I didn't know what I was doing. I was all over the place. I promise you, just making videos, rambling, and I look back at one of my first videos and was like, what in the world? You know, it was all kinds of bloopers and everything. And I wanted to be such a perfectionist at the beginning. But
Okay.
as I have walked on this journey, I realized people don't want perfectionists. People want real.
Yes.
So when I make a mistake in a video, can I leave it in there? I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I didn't mean to do that, but y'all already know I got an old lady brain. And a lot of people who follow me realize that. They was like, Sylvia forgetting a heartbeat. Not Will, because I'm so busy. And I said, y'all already know I got an old lady brain, so we're going to keep that right in there because what you see is what you get when you visit me. So I've learned that's how I changed. I learned how to just roll with the flow, be genuine, be real, be factual.
Yes.
And I'm not afraid to try new things. I try new stuff all the time. Sometimes it's a hit and miss. Sometimes it's a rock and roll. I did a short about 3 months ago. I think it's at 60,000 views right now.
Oh, goodness.
And I tried another one, that same genre, and it didn't work. That's all right. I'm gonna stay with it because I think that it's a niche for me, but I just gotta work a little harder at it.
Right.
So don't be afraid to work hard. And if you get one no, people, remember the next one will be a yes.
There you go. Yes.
All right, we're just about back and looking at Tim Mitchell, who I'm lucky to say I was able to catch actually a couple times this week, finally, for these live streams. This is a creator who's actually producing videos for 3 different channels that I know of. But Tim Mitchell is on the road just about daily, bringing us driving content, usually in live streams. When we look at Tim Mitchell, we see a few videos here, some shorts that have already started to do well, 1,000 views, 1,100, 1,800, and then live streams. So this is what I'm talking about. So I caught him yesterday and the day before, finally, because he's been live streaming quite a bit. And I was not able to catch him, but I was lucky. I had some early days home. Tim Mitchell is now working on 300 subscribers. He's going to have it pretty soon by the look of it. And then let's have a look at the channels that he works on. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official is one of them. This is Chef Seavey. And it's interesting because just a couple of weeks ago, she did a video talking about how they had met. So a little bit longer than I thought, a month already. But this is an interesting video to watch. I'm always happy to hear stories like this. You know, we get to know creators through the stories that they tell, let's say. And then Chef Seavey, otherwise, is going to show us around the kitchen. There's a glorious wheel of misfortune behind her there. But you see delicious looking content throughout the channel. And she's also going to help us navigate the kitchen, talking about things like appliances and other cookware, so that we can understand it a bit. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,300, another one at 1,200. These are starting to really move now. And then live streams on this channel as well. So they do the Wheel of Misfortune, and I believe that that's a weekly live stream. And then once a month, they've got live streams on another complimentary channel called the Unofficial, if I can type in the thing, the Unofficial, Official, Off-Topic Squirrel. And this is kind of complimentary content where we get another behind-the-scenes look at Chef Seavey more than anything. A few videos here to get us started. Some shorts mixed in with even more variety, getting into 1,000 views though, which is great. And then live streams. And like I said, I think these are monthly if I'm not mistaken ago. So a couple of them a couple of weeks ago, 1 month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So there you go. And they're closing in on 100 subscribers. We know that's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. So we would love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then this is the reason we're looking at these channels right now. Tim Mitchell gifted a handful of memberships again. He's done that countless times before, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I know all the recipients will be happy to have them. Some of the channels, like I said, I think have not been members before. If any members or moderators are listening or watching right now that haven't been on the wheel or the screen, just please say anything at all in the chat and stay active, and I'll make sure you get on there. I clean up the wheel a couple times during each stream now.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Yeah, I don't know why I was mistaken about that so many times, Tim Mitchell. So Saturday nights, once a month, is when the Unofficial Official Off-Topic Squirrel goes live. And then otherwise weekly on Cooking with the Munchie Mafia Official, which is great to know. And then I gotta start setting a few more reminders for these. So funny because I've told Tim Mitchell at least twice I was gonna set reminders, and then looked at the phone and seen that the reminders were already there. I literally cleared 2 reminders this week, and I don't know why I don't catch them as much as I should. And then Me Two Times, Elevate Me To You, also gifted a membership, so thank you both for that extra generous support. Me Two Times, Elevate Me To You is a brand new channel here in the Tuber Chat family. I'm just getting to know them now. They've been here a few times, but they're bringing us some help with our YouTube channels, and they happen to be live right now. I'll show you that in a quick second here, but I'm still getting to know what they've got going on here. They got shorts, and these have gotten into 300, almost 400 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. And it looks like what they're doing right now is they've got their screen set up pretty much like I have mine all the time. They got Tuber Chat right there. They got a few other streams going on, so it's great to know people are supporting each other. I know a lot of people, if you happen to be on a computer, are able to do this. I've usually got one screen that looks similar to this with 4 playlists or live streams or premieres going at a time, and then I do my work on another screen unless I need both of them. So Me Two Times, Elevate Me To You is working on 400 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone, and thank you for the gifted membership again. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then I Am Betty J Gathers is coming up right now. We still have to look at a few channels. Rocky Top Sports Talk is a new channel from that creator, and they've got a playlist going now, which is great to know. And I Am Betty J Gathers is a member of our moderator squad.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then I Am Betty J Gathers is now over 3,000 subscribers and climbing rapidly, which is great to see. And this creator is known to bring us a lot of positivity. Obviously, she is an extremely dynamic creator in the truest sense of the word. You see, she's always smiling, always laughing. She brings us into her life, into her home. She takes us out on the road in vlogs that have been in her most latest series of videos, if that makes sense. She often talks about living her best life over 60. She talks about healthy eating, healthy living. Intermittent fasting is a common subject on the channel. She's got shorts over here as well. This creator's been known to do 365 shorts in a row and then continue shorts today. Some of the newest ones have gotten into 13,000 and 15,000 for this creator. But the interesting thing to notice here is that some of these shorts with 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10,000 views feature the creator herself, and that is something that's not common. So a great accomplishment for I Am Betty J Gathers. This is a series of interviews in her live stream page. She's done tons of live streams where it's either just her or has a guest on the channel, but she was inspired or challenged to do a series of interviews by Crystal Sparkle in and around the Christmas area season. And she did a handful of these, more than a handful, and I was lucky to have been a part of that. In this particular live stream, we talked about YouTube, we talked about our friendship, and we talked about our feelings about moderators, where I got a chance to really tell the full story about how some of the moderators on this channel came to be. So I hope everybody will check out that live stream replay. We talked for about an hour and a half there, but I always have a great time when I talk to I Am Betty J Gathers. We've built a great friendship behind the scenes here in the Tuber Chat family. And then Lewis Acre Farm Karma is coming up right now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Lewis Acre Farm Karma is up on the screen right now. This is a creator who does a ton of interviews. I've been interviewed on their channel as well, and she did a really considerate job of talking about different things than I'm usually known for when I'm out on other people's channels. I'm always happy to do panels or interviews and things like that. It usually becomes a friendly conversation, but Lewis Acre Farm Karma goes at it from a bit of a different angle and gets a little bit more information out of people in a personal way that might not feel as common as other interviews, if that makes any sense, but I'll leave it to you to go and find those. So Meet Me Monday is a series of live streams that she's got going on for those interviews, and it's a great way to have your channel promoted. She's now working on 600 subscribers, and she's got a couple of other series on the channel. Thoughts for Thursday are usually spiritual inspiration, and then when we look at the live stream page, she's also got a panel called Talk About It Tuesday, and that's kind of an open panel with different guests that come on, so you'll meet lots of friends while you're over there, that's for sure. And then Lewis Acre Farm Karma is also known to have shorts on her channel. We look at these right here, have gotten into 1,500, 2,500, 6,200 views, and a mix, considering the homesteading type content that she's got on the channel. You see Love Blooms here, Faith, Hope, Love. I'm always happy to see that kind of positivity and inspiration. Let's spin the wheel, and we will look at what Crafty Witch 232 is probably making today or yesterday.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And Crafty Witch 232 is on the road officially to 3,000 subscribers, so that has to be exciting. This creator's name is Andy, and they are live streaming just about every single night. Now, when you look through the videos, it's great to know they're collaborating, but they've got quite a bit of pop culture references. And when we move over to the shorts page, you see even more of that, even in the latest shorts videos they've put up. It's interesting to know that they sell a lot of what they make. It's the purpose for making a lot of these things. But some of the shorts here featuring these pop culture references have gotten into 10,000 views on one and 14,000 on another, which is great to see. You notice the mix of crochet and 3D printing here, but they actually let us know they craft all the things. So they cross stitch, crochet, 3D print, make jewelry, they do perler beads, and they do a lot of sewing on the channel as well. This creator live streams almost every night. Actually, I say night because I'm in the Eastern time zone, but they live stream almost every day. And they're always creating. So they got really interesting things to show us, but they show us how they're doing it as well. Pardon me. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crafty Witch 232. This is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us for just about every stream. I know not everybody can be, but I like to recognize it from time to time. So you know that this is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Paralife TV, your wheelchair ninja, is in the house. That's Shane, another fellow Canadian from New Brunswick, who I had the pleasure of meeting up with last year. And he has been a friend of several years now as well. Rocky Top Sports Talk is a second channel from this creator. We'll talk about both of these.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like.
We're going to have to be careful with this one because there was another channel there you saw that came up with the same name. So I'm going to put the handle here for anybody that wants to make sure they've got the right channel. We just got to make sure that we match the avatar in the search results, and that's enough to make sure that we got the right channel. So Rocky Top Sports Talk has got 36 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards their first 100. This is this creator's second time around. I'll show you their other channel in a moment. They got a brand new video here from yesterday. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to stay caught up with the channel. They got some shorts over here also, which is great to see, and these are getting into a couple hundred views and beyond already. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rocky Top Sports Talk, and then we're going to look at Rocky Top Scratcher, where they bring us lottery ticket scratching, which is a huge category and genre on YouTube. I didn't even know until we started the Superchat channel. I don't think I'd ever seen it before, and then all of a sudden I saw this like flood of channels that have got lottery ticket scratching happening, and we've got at least a couple dozen here in the Superchat family now, and a lot of generous creators behind these channels. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list as well, so I can stay caught up with both channels. They're working on 500 subscribers over here, which is great. They're getting really close, so they have to be excited. Nightbot should be here, Palazzo Place. We'll give a pulse check on our chatbots. Rocky Top Scratcher has got shorts over here as well, and these have gotten into 1,200 views, 2,400, 3,000 on another one, which is great to see, and then a few live streams as well. So up to a few months ago. We'll see if they're going to continue those, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Vintage Style by Joe is up right now. I got Palazzo Place onto the wheel. And then, oh, is Nightbot not showing up? Sometimes these chatbots, forgive me, Vintage Style by Joe, I just want to show everybody something for a second. So Nightbot, you know, these are software services, right? And, oh, look at that. It doesn't want to come up either. Let me try something else here. If I type in Nightbot status, we'll see if it wants to tell us if there's anything wrong over here. You can look at a website called Down Detector for all your favorite companies and software services, and you can see whether the problem is with them or with you. And they have an app now, and I think it was bought by the company that does speedtest.net if you wanted to check the speed of your internet, because sometimes we wonder if it's a disaster. So downdetector.com is primarily going to be the States. I can go to .ca because I'm in Canada if I want to, but you'll see some of the biggest companies here, you know, Paramount TV, YouTube, Xbox, Netflix. Are they having problems, right? And right now, everybody seems to be doing pretty well. But this is where you can go to check some of those services. Otherwise, what you can do for most services is just type in their name and the word status, and then something will come up. Like if I, let's try Streamlabs. And Streamlabs status, they've got a page for it. Apparently, maybe. Oh, no, they don't. Never mind. Okay, forget what I'm saying. Pardon me. Some of these services have it. Somebody else just took the name. But anyway, we can check and see if these things are working. When we look at what I've done in the chat there, the name roll call was inspired by Coastal Water, but it's just a command. Anybody can add that in, and when we type in something like that, you'll see that all of the chatbots will hopefully show up afterwards. And Stream Elements is in the house. Hopefully Streamlabs is in the house. Botrix should be in the house. Then maybe Nightbot will show up. But maybe Nightbot's having a problem today. It might be the first time that we've seen that ever in a Tuber Chat stream, because you have to remember these are software, so they can have problems. One of the reasons why I use so many of the chatbots, because we use 4 here, is because they might be down. So like for instance, here in Superchat, we're making a promise, right? That for our members, your link will be dropped by Nightbot every half hour or so. So that's obviously not happening today. So for all of our gold members, now what I'll do is we'll make sure Nightbot's working. Hopefully in the next stream, I can either move that to another chatbot, or when we do come back, everybody's usually patient with each other, I'll just punch up the times a little bit to make them drop every 20 minutes for the next few streams or something, so that it's a little bit more. Make sure everybody gets their value. We always want to make sure we're making good on our promises, and we have to be careful about how we're making those promises because of things like these services and this and that. And then my suggestion for everybody is to think about what you're going to offer people when it comes to memberships or super chats, if you're going to, and then find a way to offer more, maybe even without saying so that you just know for yourself, whether it's noticed or not, that you're always doing more than you promise. Right? It goes along with everything else that we talk about here, where we give much more than we expect to receive. We give much more than anybody else expects to receive in our channels or businesses as well. Vintage Style by Joe is up here, and I was just talking about this video. I just watched this one, and now they got another one from yesterday. I'm going to put this one into my catch-up list. They're doing a really interesting thing here, because they're already working on Christmas content, and some of this is getting, like, every video is getting over 100 views, which is great to see. Some of them over 200. Not really surprising, because Vintage Style by Joe is another engaging creator, a dynamic host on the channel, but she's approaching 2,500 subscribers, which is great. This creator is going to bring us colorful and vibrant creations on her channel, often with scraps of materials and fabrics. And I find it interesting what she's done. I think she said, what did you say? Pardon me, Vintage Style by Joe. She mentioned earlier, was it 240 squares in this one for the quilted curtains? And then she works on things that take like 500 squares or 500 triangles, and my dear goodness, it's overwhelming to me. But I've enjoyed seeing some of the things that she's made, and she does a great job of keeping up with the chat when she live streams. I've been able to catch her for those a few times. I'll show you in a second, but she's got shorts over here, 1,500, 2,500, and 2,600 views as well. And then, oh my dear goodness, Vintage Style by Joe, yeah, it was 240 for that one. Oh, and she did a live stream of it as well, so that's interesting. When did I catch you last live? I can't believe it's been 3 weeks already. But Vintage Style by Joe, you see, does a great job of keeping up with the chat. She's got a couple live streams that are planned. So one of them tomorrow morning. I won't be around for these because they're on during my work hours, but hopefully I'll catch you again for one of these eventually soon. We have a holiday coming up. I think all of North America does when we have Labor Day. That's one that we share, I believe. So I will have an extra Monday of time to spend on YouTube. And then Palazzo Place is coming up. I'm going to get Paralife TV, pardon me, your wheelchair ninja, onto the wheel in a second.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So Palazzo Place is growing in subscribers pretty quick with 721 right now. They got a bit of information on their About section here. And then when we look at what they're doing in videos, they've got quite a few to get us started, which is great to see, sharing some of the weather with us, obviously some of their personal life, bringing us indoors and outdoors both. And then I'm looking forward to seeing what more they're going to bring us in content. But some of the shorts have done well already. 1,800, 200 views, 4,200 views on another one, which is great. And I think those are all fairly new ones as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Palazzo Place. This is another creator who's here with us just about every stream and always enthusiastic, reminding about those thumbs up. You know that always helps. And we'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel up onto the screen right now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
So this is a creator from New Brunswick who I've actually met up with in real life. We hung out for a little while. I think it was a couple of hours. But Paralife TV, you're at Wheelchair Ninja. This is Shane, and they're going to give us life from a certain perspective. What I found when I started watching this channel, because he's been with us for years now, when I watched his first few videos, I noticed I was learning at least 2 things at a time, because he's been known to do a lot of do-it-yourself videos, but obviously from the perspective of somebody who's doing these things from a wheelchair. And it's really interesting because they're traditional do-it-yourself videos. Not that anybody wouldn't expect that, but I did find it fascinating. He's really involved in sports and fitness. I can't tell you how many times I've sat watching his live streams eating snacks while he's literally working out. But he's got a lot of sports on his channel as well. So I'm going to take the latest video from yesterday, put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with him a little bit. And then Paralife TV is bringing us shorts on his channel. These have gotten into 14,000, 16,000, one at 22,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So it's been a couple months since I caught him, but he could be involved in some sports. He could be doing a do-it-yourself video, or he could be just hanging out, giving us a chance to get to know him. So hopefully everybody will connect with Paralife TV. He is working on 4,300 subscribers now, which is great to see. Rocking Keto Amy's in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel just for fun, and right now we're going to look at Mickey's Adventures.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Mickey's Adventures has just crossed 500 subscribers, so they have to be exciting, or have to be excited. We know it's an exciting and important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey now. When we look at Mickey's Adventures, travel, life, and leisure is what they're going to bring us. I'm still getting to know the channel, but the latest video is perfect to connect with. It's at just over 3 minutes. So I can put that in my catch-up list. I'm already connected to the channel, of course, but I'll look forward to some more travel-based content here. They've got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 1,400 and 2,300 views on one of these, which is great, and then live streams on the channel as well. So I haven't caught you for one of these yet, but we've got notifications on for our notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then hopefully I'll catch you for one of those soon. And thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to, if there's anybody still listening or watching that we didn't see. But we'll be back in 3 days again. We'll be on Sunday. I'll try to set that stream up tomorrow so that we know the time. I'm unsure right now. And then we're going to try to keep up the schedule of every 3 days. So thank you to our moderators as well. Like I said, Scratch and PPA is on vacation. He will likely be back within a couple of weeks, but he's in Italy right now. Last time he went 2 years ago, he brought us a lot of interesting content. So we'll see what he comes up with. He's still been dropping videos every Tuesday. So I hope everybody will go and drop him some love. Tell him we miss him. And then I hope everybody will connect with, pardon me, all of our moderators here, because I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way they are at all if it wasn't for their help. They help me make this look easy, but all of them are the some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 8 years on YouTube now. You'll meet more friends on all of their channels. And then Rockin' Keto Amy is up on the screen right now. This is another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She's going to help us with healthy eating, healthy living, a keto-based diet or lifestyle, and a lot of information about her and her journey as well. When you read her about section, you get an idea. She's lost over 100 pounds, which is obviously an incredible accomplishment. And she continues today with fitness and health and talking to us about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. So she's got a short here that's moved into 1,700 views. I think a couple of these are still climbing, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And she's got one set up a few days from now. Hopefully we'll catch that one. I think we're going to be on that day. Yeah, it'll be, we'll probably crash right into you. But that'll likely be on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. There's Jason right there. Rockin' Keto Amy's obviously collaborating with others, but you can see she's a dynamic host and creator as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with her, push her towards the 400 subscribers we know she's thinking about. And again, thank you everybody for the time that you spent today. We'll make a quick exit. I'll leave the stream running for 3 minutes, and then we'll see you again soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding, day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.